You have questions? America's #1 business coach has answers. It's your Broda from Minnesota. Here's another edition of Ask Clay Anything on the Thrivetime Business Coach Radio Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to another exciting edition of Ask Me Anything. And on today's show, we are answering the question, what is typically the biggest challenge for business owners that you are coaching? Well, I've made a list of the biggest challenges that I see on a daily basis when working with thousands of clients over the years. And I've made the list, I've kind of listed them in order of importance or order of frequency, order of how often I see this as being the problem. Problem number one is self-sabotage. It's a weird thing, but I think a lot of people want to avoid rejection at all costs. I think that's a natural human emotion that people have. They want to avoid rejection at all costs.
Well, you're avoiding pain, right? And that's the thought.
And as an entrepreneur, your entire existence, you have to thrive on rejection.
That's right.
Entrepreneurship, I always tell people, it's a contact sport. It's rough. It's filled with a lot of rejection. So I think a lot of people want to start a business because they're passionate about a specific idea and they want to make a lot of money. And they've read 1/3 of an entrepreneur magazine, or they went to a Tony Robbins conference, or they did something. So what happens is, then if you are out there and you're starting a business because you're highly motivated, but you want to avoid rejection, you won't call your leads, you won't install call recording because you'll say, well, is it ethical? You won't install cameras like Target to verify that people aren't stealing from you. You won't install call recording like American Express to maintain quality control. You won't call your leads until they cry, buy, or die like the big organizations do. You won't collect payment from somebody who's being negligent and who refuses to pay you on time. You won't hold people accountable who work for you. You won't fire people that need to be fired. You will simply do what's the easiest thing to do, and that is typically the worst thing you could do, and then bad things happen. The next issue, Chup, and I'd like for you to tee off on this one because this one here is the next biggest challenge I see our clients struggling with, and that would be holding family members accountable to showing up and doing their jobs.
It is definitely, especially if you're in a small or a growing business or a startup, a lot of times you find yourself working with family. And I would even throw friends into this category, right? If you hire a friend, it can be the same thing. If you're not careful and you're not diligent in managing these people, they will suffer from a little bit of entitlement. And so that's when it gets awkward, when they don't want to do the job or show up for the job. But you have to hold them accountable because that's the only way to be successful with the business.
Move number 3, area number 3. This is the third spot. This is where I see business owners struggling, business coaching clients struggling the most. Saying no to things to create the time needed to get stuff done. People struggle with saying no to things to create the time needed to get stuff done. As an example, if you want to become a successful entrepreneur, you need to get rid of your TV today. Literally? Probably.
Crickets.
Probably. I mean, not everybody, but I'd say 95% of you need to. Because the average American is watching TV 5.2 hours per day.
Yeah.
So,
can I tell you one of the best moves I've ever did, Clay?
Yeah.
When my daughter was born 8 years ago, I decided, hey, we're just canceling cable. We're just going to get rid of everything that has to do with cable. So we just had the internet.
How have you
and
survived?
Netflix. I don't watch TV anymore. That's what's crazy. And when I do, it's intentional. It's something that we've picked as a family to have some recreational time. But there's no more couch surfing. I was awesome at this in college. Just sit on the couch and click through the channels all day.
But when do you watch Ricky Lake?
Oh, I don't.
No, you is watching Ricky Lake.
Well, I have all the DVD box sets.
When have you watching Maury Povich?
Maury.
When have you watching the news, Chup? Chup, when have you watching? Chup, when have you watching it?
I don't.
Chup,
I don't.
Answer the question, Chup.
Never.
Chup, I tell you, this is the thing. You is delicious and nice and sexy and all that, but you is lying to us right now. So when are you? When is you watching Anderson Cooper up there on the Super Cooper on CNN?
Super Cooper.
He is so sexy.
That's Silver Fox.
When have you watched Anderson Cooper? When have you?
I'm not.
When have you?
I'm not.
When have you? Chup.
Nope.
Chup. When have you watching Showtime?
Oh, well, that.
Chup, when have you watched an HBO? Come on now. Chup, when have you doing it?
Nope.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. When you watching
Not
it,
doing it.
Chup.
Not doing it.
When have you watching Skinamax?
Wouldn't be well.
What?
Whoa.
Chup.
Whoa.
Chup,
That's different.
No, Chup. Chup. There's a really neat show you should be watching right now. The Voice. When you watch The Voice,
I'm not.
how have you known what's going on?
I can't even hear it.
This is the thing, though. So many people act like it's such a crime
Just stop.
to not have a TV.
Just stop.
Get rid of it. Get it out of here. You don't need it. Here we go. Next area people struggle saying no to is social media. We're recording this show right now the day after Thanksgiving. Well, I guess it'd be 2 days after Thanksgiving. This will be the Saturday, so Thanksgiving was a Thursday.
Yeah,
so it's 2 days after, so Saturday. I have not been on social media all weekend. Furthermore, I don't give a crap at all about social media. I don't understand why people care. I don't care at all.
He really doesn't. I know this.
I don't care. I don't care about a picture of a cat. I don't care about people I met 10 years ago whose birthday it is.
I don't care about your new hat.
I don't care about your friend Matt.
I don't care about any of that.
Wow, that was great.
No, but seriously, people are spending massive periods of 2.3 hours per day now.
Come on.
People are watching social media 2 hours per day, and it's not making you happy.
No, it's actually making you more anxiety filled, and it's not a good thing.
Do you know that some of the creators of social media are talking about how it's really not helping people? How social media, the very creators of social media, some of the early stage investors are now coming out and saying, this is a bad thing we've created. It wastes time. You know, we shouldn't be worried about whether our teenage daughters are sending naked photos to people, but we have to.
Right?
It's so common in our culture. We shouldn't be worrying about people filming crazy thing. We shouldn't have to worry about kids today looking at pornography in the bathroom at their high school, but it's a common story. Just get off of social media. You're not going to die if you turn your phone off. Turn your smartphone off. Literally turn it off over the weekend and be done.
It's empowering.
It's unbelievable. Paul Graham, the mind behind Airbnb, Dropbox, Via Web, the first online shopping cart, Reddit. He has talked about this openly. You don't need a smartphone. He does not use an iPhone during the day. You do not need to be interrupted. Get rid of the TV. Get rid of social media. Homies, that's 7.5 hours a day.
That's a whole work day right there.
7.5 hours.
That's so crazy.
No, listen, if you don't implement any other time management strategy I'm teaching you, just get rid of the TV.
It's huge.
You would not believe how many of my clients who had massive success have said, you know what I did this weekend? I go, what? I got rid of my TV. You got rid of it? Like, no, I did. I gave it to somebody. I don't have a TV, and my life is better. Get rid of it.
Do it now.
And if it's not TV or social media that's holding you back, what do you need to say no to? Other examples. These ineffective, tradition-based networking and community events where you're going to the 48th annual gathering of the Yada Yada Club where we're raising money today for... Just go give them money and get out of there. You don't need to spend your day in front of Lowe's selling candy bars to prove you're a good parent. Just take your kids and have fun with the kids and then just donate money to it. You don't need to waste your entire life with a calendar filled up with obligations to random crap. Just because your brother married her doesn't mean you have to go to her birthday party.
True.
If they're not a person you like, don't go. Don't go. You don't have to participate in teenage sports. You don't have to. I meet clients who literally spend their entire weekend driving around to soccer tournaments and they hate it. Then don't go. Just don't go. You don't have to. I give you permission. You don't have to go. Your kids do not have to be in those things. And if you want the kids to be in those things, then go. But you don't need to do all these random things. And if you're going to be successful as an entrepreneur, if you're going to write a book, you don't have time to write a book. You know why you don't have time to write a book? It's because you're watching 5.2 hours of TV per day.
Truth cannon.
You don't have time to write a book or to start a company. You got a part-time job, a side hustle called social media. You got to get off those things. You got to quit going to things that you don't need to go to. You do not need to participate in obligations that are on your calendar that are not of your choosing. Say no. Just say no.
I got one.
Yes.
I got one. This is a big one I see, okay? And something you need to start saying no to is yourself and like urges that you have. And just when you're feeling like you want to waste time. Clay, you've got a quote in the men's restroom at the office.
Yes.
And it says, it's hard to get anything done when you only work on the days when you feel like it.
Right.
And so if you know something has to get done, but you don't feel like doing it, say no to yourself and just do it. Like Nike would say.
Yes. Now, Steve Jobs is a notable quotable, Chup. Could you read the notable quotable from Mr. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, the former CEO of Pixar, and the founder of Next?
Yes, Steve says, people think focus means saying yes to the thing you've got to focus on, but that's not what it means at all. It means saying no to the 100 other good ideas that there are. You have to pick carefully. I'm actually as proud of the things we haven't done as the things I have done. Innovation is saying no to 1,000 things.
So, Thrive Nation, I ask you this question here for your benefit. What do you need to start saying no to today in order to find time to get stuff done? What are things today you need to take off of your calendar that are wasting copious amounts of time and they're not helping you achieve your goals for your family, your faith, your fitness, your friendship, and your fun? What are the things in your life that are standing in the way, that are keeping you, that are holding you back from getting to where you want to go? And how can you begin to say no to those things by simply blocking people in your phone? What? Yeah, I do this a lot. Now, people know who they are first, but I block them. Just canceling your social media accounts, or if you need one for business, have somebody at work do it for you. I don't go up and read elephant in the room comments. You know why? Because there's always something negative.
Right.
There's like 9 positive and 1 negative every time. Every haircut's a 5-star or the worst.
Right. There's no middle ground.
So you just cannot spend your life wasting time. So I'm asking you again today, if time is our most important resource, how are you spending your time, and what are the things you need to start saying no to in order to free up the time needed to become truly successful? Now, without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, boom!